just kind of give an overview of the RedEye application and show you a little bit about what it looks like. So hopefully, when we, as quickly as possible, get things turned over to Anna and Colin, you've got a vision in your mind what RedEye is all about and what it looks like. So, like Andrew mentioned, we've been out in the marketplace working with customers for 30 years now on document management systems. And over the years, some of what customers want has stayed the same. In some ways, things have migrated. But kind of what the feedback we're getting from the marketplace in terms of what customers want now more than ever, is a simple, easy to use system, can be quickly implemented, has a very low IT and administration burden, can be accessed from anywhere, then has strong features like really good searching to help you find your drawings and documents quickly. Being in facilities, you need to work with drawings, so you need a system that's really good at supporting CAD and supporting drawings and models. Then integrated viewing and previewing of those files. And then because the nature of most college campuses, you've been there for a long time, there's a lot of files, a lot of data you want to get in there. A system that makes it easy to get all of those files and that data imported. And then last, and maybe most important these days, a system that does all that at a reasonable cost. So some of the features of why universities like the University of Texas and Brown University of others, are looking at and going to RedEye in their facilities area is that it is a full-featured system for facilities management. Also, then from a cost and a management standpoint, RedEye has an unlimited user pricing model. So if you want to expand the number of users, or have a difficulty just getting a count of how many users you're going to have over your campus, that's not anything you worry about. Also, RedEye is a SaaS or cloud-based system, which we're really seeing a strong trend of organizations wanting to move that direction. But then RedEye also has the option of having the data backed up to your site. In case the internet goes down, you've still got access to your files. As you'll see, RedEye, we think, is a very easy to use system, single user interface for all PC-based users, and it does support both internal document control and outside project collaboration with AEC firms and contractors and so on. Also, mobile device support is becoming more and more important to college campuses. So RedEye is strong there, supports QR codes for searching and retrieving files. We mentioned about the import tools. RedEye also has really good native file viewing. So just about any 2D or 3D CAD file can be imported into RedEye and viewed along with all of your other standard file types. Another big emerging area that people are asking for and is possible now, and that RedEye provides, is OCR searching. Given the nature of your work and history of your campuses, you may have a lot of scanned paper drawings, or you may just get PDF versions of drawings from AEC firms. RedEye has the capability to do optical character recognition, and even on the oldest hand-drawn paper scan drawings, with RedEye you can search and retrieve drawings and documents by any text that's in them, whether it's in the title block or in the body of the document or drawing. RedEye also supports managing support for projects and concurrent engineering, so you can have both as-built and project copies of drawings and documents and merge and manage them. And also a lot of system integration is possible as well, like GIS and asset management systems. before you can use a drawing or document, you've got to find it first. So some of the tools in RedEye to help you find documents. With RedEye, you can search and browse for files in a folder structure, like what you may have in Windows now. You can also tag drawings and documents with pertinent metadata or properties like site, building, discipline, project, etc. Search and retrieve based off of that. If you have AutoCAD drawings with attributed title blocks, that information can be indexed into RedEye as properties for search and retrieval. RedEye will also do text content searching in cases where the files contain true text, like a Word document or an AutoCAD drawing file. But then, as I've mentioned, going beyond that to the next frontier to be able to do that OCR search and retrieve. So all of those methods are available to search and find files in RedEye. Now, RedEye Mobile, just a little bit about the mobile client. It is really an inherent feature of RedEye, not something that was tacked onto an older system and may not be that strong. For the mobile app, it is optimized for mobile screen space, actually includes additional features that are valuable to that a mobile user might need above and beyond the PC-based usage. You can download files. If your mobile device is going to have to go offline and you still need access to the files, and then can sync back up later when you reconnect, and then full QR code and camera integration is part of the RedEye mobile application. Now, what we're hearing from more and more campuses, both with document management and other applications, is really wanting to move to a cloud-based SaaS or software as a service-based solution, which RedEye is that. And just some of the feedback we're getting from campuses, and I think Colin and Anna will elaborate on this, is the advantage of a SaaS-based solution is there's no need for you to provide internal server resources, no need to budget for and deploy software upgrades. It's easier to onboard staff in that it can streamline security and getting them set up, but still maintains full security. And then post-COVID, SaaS-based systems are really good for providing availability anywhere. If you got people working from home, got people with mobile devices. And then with SaaS-based software, the one price you pay provides you the application software, server hardware and software, database software, and then installation and upgrades of the software. So it is very nice with that all-inclusive type pricing model. Now, just a few slides to kind of give you an idea of what RedEye looks like. You see RedEye, when you're on a laptop or desktop computer, it runs in a web browser, and it's designed to have a very simple, clean interface, where here I can click on search, to initiate searching for documents, where it has discipline, and then the folder icon. I can use that to expand and browse for files in RedEye in a folder type structure. Down here, I've got saved searches and queries that I can single click to access. RedEye will also, you can tag files as favorites, so you can get back to them under this heading, or all of your files you've most recently accessed, those are cached here, so you can quick click and get to those. And then we've got the quick search bar here. So then if I browse for files, search for files, go to recent or favorites, this is a file display in RedEye. One nice thing with RedEye, they call them thumbnails, but they're a lot bigger than a thumbnail, so it makes it very easy for you to preview files to help you graphically select the right one before you open it, download it, or operate on it. And you can see I've got a whole variety of different file types displayed here. Or you can display your files where the files are in rows, and then you can have property headings so you can scan and see some of the different key properties associated with each file. With RedEye, you can also display your files against a campus map. So then you could zoom into a building or a room and graphically select the files pertaining to that location. Then some of the more file details. So then if I select any file off my listing or search results, I can bring it up for more detailed viewing. And as you'll see, RedEye has native file viewing for just about every file type built in. This happens to be a DWG file. On the right-hand side, I can see all of the property values associated with this particular file and edit them. And I can also do other operations on the file, route it through a workflow, do a markup, print it, things like that. Then here is a scanned TIFF drawing. So again, that can be fully displayed. Here's a PDF drawing, Word document. In this case, this is a Navisworks 3D model. So probably some or most of your campuses are starting to get into more 3D and BIM. So Revit and Navisworks models can be managed and viewed in RedEye as well. Some of the searching, you can build searches here, or you can have saved searches and queries that you can select from here on the left side. I've selected my building project discipline query, so then it pops up and I've got parent-child drop-down lists to then filter and search for my files based on that combination of properties. OCR searching. So here I'm saying find a file with OCR content contains pump house, and you can see it's found this file. And then if I take a look at it, you can see even though this was a bit of a rough scanned hand drawing, RedEye is able to search and retrieve based off of that information. RedEye actually has the capability that if a human eyes and brain can decipher the text, RedEye can as well. RedEye also has fully customizable workflow capabilities, has dashboards. So here I can get reports on my data quality. So you can see 88.7% of my files have the title filled in. And then if I click, it'll bring me up a list of files that don't have that filled in. So I can address that shortfall if I wish to. And then RedEye Mobile, these are screenshots from RedEye Mobile from my iPad. So you have the same type of dashboard where you can click and see the files that you've marked as favorites, recent files. I can click on a file. I've got the same full viewing and markup capabilities on a mobile device that I have in the browser-based client. I can also initiate searches. I can also participate in workflows via my mobile device. So you can see here's a list of files that are in my inbox to review, or I can select approve. So hopefully that gives everybody an overview of kind of what RedEye looks like before